Everyone mentioned today is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I discuss here is theory until proven fact, even if it is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Would you believe I still have a bloody headache? But we're going through with it today. Okay, it's not bad, so... Oh, shoot. I just dropped something. Don't mind me. How you going, Alex? Good to see you. Out to lunch. Good to see you. Deb, good to see you. Shannon, good to see you. Always good to see you, Shannon. Who else have we got in here? Dealey, how you going? Kai, how you going, Kai? Good to see you guys. Who else have we got in here? J1, how you going? Good to see you too. Okay. Oh, that looks terrible, actually. Hang on. Let me just change this. There we go. Okay, I've got a short to upload shortly. But anyway, let's after the stream that we go on to Rumble for, which we'll be watching the X-Files, Dreamland is the episode. Very good episode. It's a double episode, so it's going to be an hour and a half. Okay. Tommy Robinson, Merry Christmas from Chelsea in London. Watch this. Hang on, where are we? I'll pause it. I'll put it back to the beginning, make it big so you can see it. Ready?
Get random, innit?
Go on, Santa. Come on.
Come on. What is going on? Chelsea is the only nice part of London.
You can actually...
It's still English.
You
Chelsea's
believe
still
that you're
English.
in the UK, can't you?
Look,
Go, guys. Look, you got the Christmas trees, you got the reindeers, you got the Santa Clauses, the elves. Christmas trees.
Come on, little man.
This is so good to see. Oh my God.
What is going on, London?
Oh, this is great. You love to see it, don't you?
Well, she was lovely at all. I'm just talent watching, lads.
I love it. I love it. Show them. Show them. They get offended by Christmas? Show them. This is our
I'm
country.
going to do this next year.
We're going to celebrate Christmas. And if you don't like it,
Love it.
you can leave.
Look at the little lad, look. Oh, little Santa.
Oh, good on them. That's what I reckon. If you don't like Christmas, then get out of Western nations because that's what we celebrate. DOQ said there's a reason the military's beefing up, especially on a domestic level. Military's the only way, remember? Yep. Oh, and this one, Jasmine Crockett. Hey, I got a comeback for her. Truth Hammer Forever said Crockett genuinely knows nothing about the history of slavery. This retard is an embarrassment to humanity. Victoria said breaking Jasmine Crockett says that white people aren't allowed to use the word oppressed because none of them were dragged across the ocean and forced to work. Does she know about Australia at all? Where white men were dragged across the ocean and forced to work? Okay, let's have a listen to this nut job.
It's because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country. You tell me which white men were dragged out of their homes. You tell me which one of them got dragged all the way across an ocean and told that you are going to go and work. We are going to steal your wives. We are going to rape your wives. That didn't happen. That is oppression. We didn't ask to be here. We're not the same migrants that y'all constantly come up against. We didn't run away from home. We were stolen. So yeah, we are...
Really? So no white man can claim that they are oppressed or have been stolen? Hello, you just need to look at Australia. But hey, I know you're talking about your country and I'm not sure how the white people got to America in the first place. I have to refresh my memory on that one. I don't know if it was the same thing or not, but hey, I know in Australia white men have been oppressed. Anyway...
You're going to sit here and be offended when you want to sit here and act like, and don't let it escape you that it is white men on this side of the aisle telling us, people of color on this side of the aisle, that y'all are the ones being oppressed.
They are now.
That y'all are the ones that are being harmed.
They are now.
It's because you can then misuse words like oppression.
Oh, she's starting again. I don't need that. Not twice in one day, for God's sake. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, white men aren't oppressed, okay, even though they're not hired these days and, they're called misogynistic and all sorts of names, mate. Yes, they are being oppressed. They have been oppressed and the whole world has been oppressed, actually. Okay, CCG Bryson says the Sabbath is biblical. Sunday worship is not. And a lot of us already know this, but Saturday is the Sabbath. And that is the day you're supposed to take off and rest, according to the Bible. And doesn't matter which Bible, it's not just, this is not a Jewish thing necessarily. It's all Christianity, right? Okay, CCG Bryson again. Shalom is in the Bible over 230 times. It means peace. Shabbat means Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom means peaceful Sabbath. I'm confused on if you're joking or not because this person's, Ryan Dunn, said, you continue to not have a rebuttal to any of my responses. Shabbat Shalom was created hundreds of years after Jesus' death Therefore, it has zero connection to Christianity. Excuse me, but it does have everything to do with Christianity. I'm sorry, it does. Do you know what? In the 90s, I used to have a neighbour, early 90s. I used to have a middle-aged Indian neighbour. Okay, now she was a single mother, raising her 2 children. And I remember she used to put on a sari and go to church on a Saturday, and she would pre-cook all her meals during Friday mainly, Thursday and Friday, for that Saturday so that she didn't have to do anything on the Sabbath. She abided by the Sabbath herself. So whether you think it's a Christian thing or not, it is, okay? Because that lady was a Christian, my next-door neighbour. Even though she wore a sari, she was an Indian lady, but she was Christian. Yeah, the Sabbath is part of the 10 Commandments. It is. So anyone saying that it's not, and, you know, I believe we all should actually do it. It'll probably give us all a good day off to rest and recuperate. Wow. I might start taking Saturdays off. Oh, my cat's running amok on me here. Peter Sweden said 54% of the population in, I think it's pronounced Malmö, in Sweden, now have a foreign background. Malmö is now ranked as more dangerous than Baghdad. Wow. That is very interesting and very unfortunate. This is one of the good ones, okay? I'll put some good feeling, you know, feel good type clips in here because I'm feeling it, okay? This poor lady gets pulled over by the police. What did she do wrong? It tells you on the screen. This is good.
My name is Officer Warner with Halifax Police Department. Are you aware of why I pulled you over today? No. Are you familiar with vehicle code 1739? Well, it's actually against the law to drive on a hot day without an ice cream cone. On behalf of the Halifax Police Department, we're just making sure that everybody's following all the laws today and are driving with ice cream cones. Like I said, I'm Officer Warner. This is Chief of Police Lance here in Halifax. We just wanted to make sure you guys were in compliance.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
Are you okay?
They thought they were in trouble, man.
Oh my God!
Well, you guys have a great day.
Y'all too.
Have a good day. Have a good day, brother.
Oh, how good is that to see, though? Imagine that, the police pull you over, you're going, what the hell did I do wrong? Because that's the first thing I think if the police pulled me over. I'd be thinking, what did I do? And then for them to give you an ice cream? Great. I wish our coppers did that. Okay, Cat Turd said this is going to trigger the out of the left. Polymarket said, just in, US Treasury plans to put Trump's face on a new $1 coin to be issued next year. Watch the left freak out. He thinks he's a king. I'm in a good mood today, I think, even though I've got a slight headache. I'm still doing all right. Dr. Simon Godek said that's why I'm using dash cams. It's another one. Don't tell them, okay? If this ever happens to you, don't tell them you got a dash cam. But it was completely low IQ move by that woman to tell the 2 perpetrators that she had a dash cam before the police arrived, because they would have caught them straight out right there, right then. But she warned them, okay? Let's have a look what's going on here.
What the hell? What the hell, you idiot? Oh my God!
But that wouldn't be funny if you didn't have a dash cam. She's got a camera. So they ran away. Oh, Bella, no, Bella, I can't stop the video. Oh my God. No. What are you doing, Bella? Bella, please. Okay, my cat is being a cat and chasing the mouse. My hand, actually. She's trying to head bump my hand and my hand's going everywhere but where it should be. Okay. Sorry about that. I played that twice accidentally. Bella, come here and sit beside Mummy. Come on. You going to come sit beside me? Instead of getting in the window, as soon as I go to put my hand on the mouse, she's after it. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Bella. Okay, Joey Matarino. I've got the mouse again. I want the economy from the time, when one man's salary was enough for a woman not to need to work in order to maintain a home. That was America's peak. That was every country's peak, to be honest. Hey, Janelle, how you doing? Did I see Carl? How you going, Carl? Anyone else I haven't mentioned yet? HJB News said Vladimir Putin said this week he doesn't fear the United Kingdom as they can't even stop rubber boats invading their country or foreign men raping their women and children. Plus, he said the British people hate their leader. He's not wrong. Is he? Okay, then we got this one. Don Keith said, painful to watch. You can get further running on a hamster wheel than you can arguing with a Liberal because their desire to be virtuous inhibits their ability to logically reason. And why does this person look like a man? Okay, anyway, let's have a look. She looks a bit, I don't know. Handsome woman, anyway.
Now, Australian Aboriginals are the oldest Indigenous culture in the world. Do you know why there's so few of them? We killed them.
Yes.
We committed a genocide.
Why were we able to do that? Why were we able to do that?
What are you implying?
I'm just asking you the question.
Are you implying because we're better?
No.
What are you implying?
We were technologically far more advanced. That's what I'm implying.
Thinking.
What's not clear about that?
Thinking. She's reaching for something, anything.
So you're saying...
I'm saying we were technologically more advanced. Would you
So you're saying we're
that?
superior to Australian Aboriginals?
That's quite the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm not saying we were superior. I'm saying we were technologically more advanced.
So how is that the opposite?
Superior implies a moral quality. I'm not making any moral implication. You seem to be. But what I'm saying is...
I think most people would hear it that way.
No.
Again, you're a very intelligent man. How would most people hear that?
Most people would hear what I'm saying for what I'm saying, which is...
Don't think they would. Why? What's the point of this question?
The point of this question is
because we came in with our better gendered binaries, and therefore...
What does gender have to do with it? What in the hell? She's reaching for anything she can grab, mate. Oh, my God. That's virtue signalling at its highest. Peak virtue signalling, this lady. My God. And, you know, maybe it's because the Aboriginals were too busy warring with each other's tribes to, you know, invent anything.
We were able to
this
kill them.
It's going to work a lot better if you just hear the point I'm making instead of getting...
I really cannot understand what it could possibly be other than we are
Well, let
better.
him tell you, you
well, let
moron.
me explain it to you what it could
Please.
possibly be. And
What's it got to do with the gender binary?
your argument, we're just talking about the argument, and you seem to get quite heated about this, which is completely unnecessary. You think it's necessary?
I'm a bit stunned by what you're implying.
No, you're acting in a kind of passive-aggressive way, which indicates that you're not happy
I genuinely am being 100% authentic. My visceral reaction to a white man sitting and saying to me,
Emotions.
and why were we able to commit genocide on them? And then just pausing.
Yes.
Is very visceral to me.
Let's go back. First of all, it's interesting that you brought up my skin color because I thought that was the exact opposite of the point you're trying to make in the book. But anyway, let's come back to the argument.
You haven't read my book, so you wouldn't know what the point is.
You said that the point of your book is it's all about you can't say this as this person and whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
You're very reductive. I thought you were a lot more intellectual than this.
I think this is very revealing.
That was an attack on him personally, that one. But hey, that's all they got. She's a moron. I don't know who she is, but she's an utter moron. Old Soldier said there's 3,000 Australians occupying hospital beds because there's no aged care place for them. Didn't we already have a Royal Commission on this one? I don't know, I'm asking. Hey, Conchega! Okay, American AF said a wife washes her coal miner husband after a long work day in 1937. Is this the white privilege our ancestors had that Liberals keep talking about? Is it white privilege that my mum had to, during the Second World War, had to escape to cabins in the mountains with dirt floors? Is it? Huh. Interesting. Okay, Angry Aussie said, how dumb is Albo? He just announced he's going to fund Tomogo's power bill until 2028 while he just cut all your rebates. And this is, I believe, isn't Tomago, wasn't that bought by Indians or something? And he made it difficult for them to survive anyway, and now he's going to pay their electricity bills. Oh, my God. We've got morons running... Inmates running the asylum. Morons in charge. Clown World said being poor has nothing to do with being dirty. Cleaning doesn't cost much. No, it doesn't. Being poor has absolutely nothing. You can be poor and be clean. It has nothing to do with being poor. This doesn't, anyway. There you go, just pointing things out. Oh, what happened to this post? Oops. Oh, there she goes. She's gone under the bed now. The Conservatives say Malcolm Turnbull must be loving the shit. He created the Conservative moderate split with LNP ranks. Now it's not just destroying the LNP, it's destroying this country. What a vile, treasonous piece of shit Turnbull is the thing there. No, okay, whoever it was deleted their post, so I can't even read it. Well, that was pointless, wasn't it? Have Snowball Choo Choo said, as South Australian Premier is proud to be a dictator. He basically says the government controls the courts. What kind of banana republic is this? How can Reddit and others get a fair trial when the court's already locked up? Reddit's fighting Australian under-16 social media ban hard. Hoodlaw said what I would say to Reddit, YouTube, or anyone. I'll let him say it because I'm not going to.
What I would say to Reddit and YouTube and everybody else that's contemplated a High Court challenge up to this point, remember, my government appointed the former Chief Justice of the High Court of Australia to write this legislation for us, right? So good luck.
Your mate.
Remember, my government appointed the former...
Yeah, I don't need to hear that twice. You got your mate in there. That's what I'm hearing. And he was a High Court of Australia judge, so he's going to, it's going to be hard to fight it, apparently. Yeah, well, I reckon America's smarter. I don't know. Let's see. Matthew Kamanzuli said value for money. WA Senator Fatima Payman, Muslim, bills taxpayers $120,000 in family travel. I'd like to know what right anyone has to come over to this country and run in our parliament. Are we allowed to do that in theirs? This should not be allowed. Oz Integrity said, how do you feel about government using taxpayer money to attend party fundraisers now? Corruption, misappropriation of public money. We had Anika Wells the other day, one of the ministers in the communications minister, I think she is, running around spending $100,000 for her family. Okay, and they say it's imperative, right, that they need family time, right? What about truck drivers? What about truck drivers who go away for 4 or 5 days straight and don't see their family? Are they allowed to then fly all their family out? Put them up in holidays? Do they get an allowance for that? No, they don't. Why do the politicians? Okay, Elon Musk said yes. Martin Scold said if you had to explain why the Roman Empire declined and fell, this sentence would just about sum it up. The Geiger Capital said nobody wants to die for a multicultural economic zone. Ooh, burn. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Here we go. Lozzie B said, if I moved to Pakistan or India, I wouldn't expect to be able to stand there in their elections, so why should a Pakistani or Indian be allowed to stand in an Australian election? It's wrong. The law must change. Australian elections for Australian people. Foreigners do not represent Australians. Many do not even share our morals and values. This is absolute insanity. Western nations should have Western-born leaders and politicians only. For example, if we were involved in a conflict with Pakistan and we had Pakistani politicians, who would their loyalty lie with? And would you go and fight for that? No. Rupert Lowe MP said, if I moved to Bangladesh, I wouldn't expect to be able to stand in their elections. There you go. It's not right. The law must change. British elections for British people. I agree. There you go. Oz Integrity said, wait until you find out the 12 children who lost their lives to bullying on social media were used as political fodder to usher in social media ban and facial ID, government ID to hold social media accounts. Whilst it was a national tragedy, many were from SMS, not social media. There you go. SMSs, not social media. Explain that, our government now. They won't. Okay, Dan Scavino Jr. posted this. This is Tree of the Year. This one. Hang on, I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it properly. This has to be the tree. This is Clark W. Griswold. I can't play the music. Good, they got the hazard lights flashing. Yep. It's a bit of a hazard. We're driving down the road with the biggest tree ever. Oh, well done, mate. You win the Clark W. Griswold Award, I believe. What do you reckon, guys? Oh, that's funny. Okay, the Yorkshire Lass said Article 61 is a clause set into our English Constitution that gives us lawful right to overthrow our own illegitimate government if they've committed high crimes like treason, crimes against humanity, genocide, terrorism, crimes against children, mass fraud and corruption. Article 61 of the Magna Carta is still in effect today. There you go. And the next one, I don't know if you can read that. The Rubber Duck said, at what point in this clip did you notice Cher's ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling, ding-a-ling-ling? Okay, let's turn the music off and let's just have a look. See what if we can see what they're seeing. Oh, yeah, I can already see it. Oh. Wow. Where's the belly button? I don't know. She's missing a belly button, maybe. But I can see that thing down the... Oh, my God. Can you see it? Okay, down here. That looks a bit funny. Share. Oh, dear. Well, you can really see it now. And don't tell me that's a microphone thing. Yeah, it doesn't work. I don't know anymore. I'm not saying a word. I think you already know what I think. Wall Street Mav said Paris is cancelling its Christmas festivities because the risk of Muslims blowing them up is too high. Islam doesn't coexist. It violently conquers and subjugates the infidels. Our latest estimates indicate that France's population is 9 to 10% Muslim. Other countries should take note that even with 1 to 2%, you'll begin to lose your country. By 9%, you'll have to cancel your Christian traditions or you may be blown up. New York Post said parties over in France, fearful French cancel and New Year's Eve concert on, I can't pronounce that, as migrant violence grows. Champs-Élysées? I can't say it. Oh dear. Old soldier said it's hard to take if you're on a pension and being careful with money, missing out on luxuries. To hear about people on $250,000 plus abusing the public purse, thinking they're entitled to do so. It is hard. I'm luckily now in a much better situation than I was, and so I'm not finding it as hard as I was, thank God. Okay, Senator Babette said pornography is not appropriate for children ever. The idea that the solution to children being exposed to porn is to educate them about it rather than protect them from it is obscene. That's not safeguarding, that's surrender. Children don't need to be prepared for porn. They need adults with a spine who are willing to say no, enforce boundaries, and stop pretending this culture rot is inevitable. Treating kids as unavoidable consumers of sexual degradation isn't realism, it's moral cowardice. And dressing that cowardice up as education doesn't make it virtuous. Anyone who tries to defend this shit is an effing groomer, and if I had my way, they'd be cast out from society. ABC News Australia now. The report is calling for age-appropriate pornography information to be added to respectful relationships education, among several other recommendations. Dear God help you if you do this. Wow. It used to be called sex education. We had it when I was in year 4. It was animated, it was respectful, and of course we laughed and screwed our noses up at it. It wasn't porn, it showed us how babies were made and the parts of our bodies that done it. Showing porn to children is grooming. I can't believe Australia, seriously. We're insane. Oh, well, we're not, but, you know, our leaders are. Yeah, Dr. Simon Godek said they tell us everything is better now, more advanced, more evolved. But all you have to do is open your eyes. Look at what we used to build. And look at what the same place looks like now. You'll own nothing, not even beauty. Look at how it used to be. And look at it now. How ugly is it now compared to what it used to be? Wow. Yeah, it's pretty sad, isn't it, really? And now we've got all these big glass structures everywhere, at least here in Australia. And if you go near Parramatta in Sydney, you'll find all these huge glass buildings that when you drive the right way, the sun reflects directly into your eyes. You can't see shit while you're driving. It's insane. I don't know what they think they're doing. Okay, MJ Truth Ultra said Tom Homan says ICE operation leaks appear to have originated inside the FBI. This is treason. It will not stop unless we give out harsh penalties. I agree with that. Shadow of Ezra said newly released photos, here we go, of Jeffrey Epstein showing him meeting with Steve Bannon and what appears to be a trafficking victim's photo sitting on Epstein's desk. Jeffrey Epstein did take photographs of victims, and those were viewed by many as trophies or a form of leverage. Bannon had been advising Epstein on how to rehabilitate his public image. Well, that doesn't look good now, does it? Huh. Here's 19 photos out of 95,000. Are you ready for it? Here we go. Let's have a look. And yes, Trump is in there, in the photos.
Now, this new batch of photos is part of a massive release of material from the Epstein estate to the House Oversight Committee. Right now, they've only released 19 photos. They all come from a batch of, as you mentioned, some 95,000 documents that the committee obtained just last night. Now, none of these photos necessarily demonstrate or indicate specific criminal activity, but they do show more evidence of the relationship the convicted sex offender had with many powerful men. Among the photos in this release, a picture of President Donald Trump with Epstein and an unidentified woman. There are several photos of Trump that were in Epstein's possession, one featuring Trump with a group of women whose identity the committee protected. But it's not just Trump. Former President Bill Clinton is featured in a photo that he signed with Epstein and his partner Ghislaine Maxwell and another unidentified couple. There are pictures that feature billionaire Bill Gates, including one of him with Prince Andrew, another of Gates in front of a plane with a pilot. Also in this release, photo of Trump loyalist Steve Bannon, who's photographed in a mere selfie with Epstein, and director Woody Allen, who in one of the photos is with Epstein on what appears to be a movie set. Now, as you mentioned, Savannah, we're reaching out to all the men featured in this release for comment. In the past, President Trump has insisted that he knew nothing of Epstein's crimes and said that he kicked him out of his Mar-a-Lago club. Former President Clinton has also said that he was not aware of Epstein's criminal conduct and has said in the past that he wished he'd never met the disgraced financier.
Okay, well, They were saying that the faces of the women that Trump were with were covered up. That was to make them seem like they were underage. Well, it's been released now with their faces and their women. Okay? And they all have their clothes on. And really, all these photos don't mean anything until we know for sure who's doing what, to be honest. Even the bad ones. Even Bill Clinton and that, until we see shit, then, or read those 95,000 page, oh my God. Okay. Insurrection Barbie said the civil war is manufactured by influencers and podcasters. We already see this narrative forming on the podcaster right. Polling shows a totally different story and not slightly different, completely different. Tucker Carlson said a civil war is consuming the American right. Matt Walsh may be the only person with a foot on both sides. What's that like? Yeah, it's coming from mostly podcasters, the war on the right. Otherwise, leftist bots going, oh, Trump didn't release the Epstein files. It's coming, hello. Okay. Anyway, sorry, guys. MAGA Voice said, breaking, Riley Gaines announced Tennessee has partnered with TPUSA to launch Club America chapters in every high school. Interesting. Chad Prather said rapper Nicki Minaj went full blast on Kevin Newsom for wanting more trans kids in the world. Say what you want about Nicki Minaj, but ever since she got red pilled, the queen of super bass has become super based. Nicki Minaj said, imagine being the guy running on wanting to see trans kids. Haha. Not even a trans adult would run on that. Normal adults wake up and think they want to see healthy, safe, happy kids. Not Gav, the Gav-nots, Gav out, sending the next guy on board. Dr. Simon Godek said the most rebellious thing you can do these days is grow your own food. He, I agree. I'm growing my own food. The only thing was I had to get rid of my chickens. I wish I had them still, but hey, they're in a good place, actually. Old Soldier said, where is the government saving money? Defence, pensioners and hospitals. Where are they spending money? Chinese businesses and themselves. Okay, the Road Knight said no one, especially children, should live in these environments without aircon, but victimhood, eh? Split systems cost around $499, can be paid off at $10 a week from her $700 a fortnight Centrelink, from Centrelink after her rent and some bills. She should probably pick up the pizza box and rubbish outside her door. Okay, now, right, they're trying to say that public housing now needs air conditioners. If you're on a benefit at all, a government benefit, you can actually get a loan to get an air conditioner put in yourself. I remember when we were kids, we didn't have aircon. Actually, most of my adult life in the houses I've rented, the reason I've gotten cheap houses is because they didn't have air conditioning. Just had to suffer. You just have to suffer. And I was renting privately. I don't have a housing commission house. We just had to suffer through it. I was renting privately. You can install an air conditioner, but when you leave, it stays there. You don't get to take it with you. Because it peaked at 46.8 degrees Celsius. I don't know, I reckon get your own. Oh, hang on. There was something in this I wanted to point out. Hang on. A number of the homes are public housing. Many of them do not have air conditioner. For hours each day, Curry and Nougat mother Jodie Forbes Price hosed down a 4-year-old son, Oliver, on the trampoline in their front yard. That's how we used to do it. With no air conditioning in their state home, it's often cooler outside than in. It always has been, right? I do love Roburn, so that's why we do stay, but the heat does get too much, she said. It's good country, just hot weather. There are 680 public housing properties in the city of Karratha local government area. As of October 31st, the average wait time for public housing in Roburn was 117 weeks. You're lucky, it's over 10 years here. Those on the property list waited 57 weeks. The Department of Communities said all housing built in the northwest after 1990 included ceiling fans, air conditioning apertures and insulation, but many homes in Roseburn predated that. The department said residents in older homes, such as Miss Ford Price, could purchase air conditioning at their own cost with approval. Those living with a disability or medical condition could apply for air conditioning. Okay, we read that in the top bit. Miss Ford Price relies on 20-centimetre box fan, ice blocks, wet towels and visits to the pool. Well, yeah, I had a box fan and ice blocks in it as well in my last house. A spokesperson for the Department of Housing and Works said homes were built above minimum standards and made thermally comfortable and sustainable in terms of cost for tenants to maintain. It's an issue. Okay, how did they go without colonisers' air conditioning? How did they go before we came? The white man came around. How did they manage? Okay, this is I don't know. It is an issue Yinji Brandy elder Lynn Cheedy knows very well. You step out of your house like somebody's there waiting to turn on the blow dryer on hot settings, she said. Miss Cheedy recalled the measures she used to keep her children cool as they were growing up. One of the things, you'd get a sheet, wet the sheet, wring it out, still have a bit of water in it, then cover your grandchildren over like that, and it was like an aircon for them. Miss Cheedy said Housing Minister John Kerry would not handle a summer night in Roseburn without cooling. We might have to call an ambulance for him, he said. Yeah, I want to know how they went before white man came along then. How did they handle those 46-degree days? I want to know. I'm really interested. Okay. It's called bad luck time. People will call it in English, and it's well known that those in the most vulnerable cohorts of children, elders, and there's an increased mortality at this time. Okay. With Roseburn patients often transferred to other treatment, death is recorded elsewhere, resulting in skewing data that does not reflect the actual mortality in the region. And 34 deaths from heat waves between 2016 and 2019. First Nations people in the region experienced cyclical disadvantage. It's almost impossible for a community to exit this entrenched disadvantage if you don't have your basic needs met. You can't live in a house that has climate control when it wasn't your choice to be in that house in the first place, he said. Appropriate cooling is often talked about, the talked about issue in town, which has reached 50 degrees previously in the nearly Roseburn Regional Prison, only fitted with air conditioning in July this year. The faculty, no, it's not, it's a facility, was built in 1984. I want to know what they did before the white man came along. All that just to ask that one question. Insurrection Barbie said, all right, the time has come for a deep dive and reporting on the financing and backers of TP UK, which has nothing to do with Turning Point USA, by the way. This person's got so many questions and I have some answers. Maybe I'll start posting all that research for my subscribers. Please do. That'd be interesting. Dropping Sunday nights, starting this Sunday night. Well, that's going to be interesting. C3 said NATO Secretary Mark Rutte, no children, no grandchildren, never been married, easy to send other people's children and grandchildren to die in a war. They want World War III and they want your kids dying in it. And we've seen that yesterday, they're banging the war drums again, guys. Liz Churchill said the Amish were right all along. We cannot find an autistic child in the Amish community. It's very, very, very rare, apparently. Yeah, there you go. Benny Johnson said Tim Walls has asked about the rampant Somali voter fraud under his watch. We should hold white men accountable for what? They're asking you about Somalis.
Do you want to hear more from members and leaders from the Somali community to say we need to look at ourselves. We need to hold our own neighbors accountable, because look at the damage that this has done to our community. What do you want to hear more from, instead of just saying, don't blame us? Do you want to see more ownership and oversight from within this?
Look, it's not law-abiding citizens. If that were the case, there's a lot of white men should be holding a lot of white men accountable for the crimes that they have committed. I think for the community to maybe educate their population, because I think what you're seeing here is there's secondary victims in this, that there's providers inside the community that are then victimizing the community themselves by signing them up, because when we're going to some of these people, they're like, I had no idea I was in this program. So I think it's asking us then, you know, for every crime, which of course the majority being committed by white men, asking us to do more about that.
Not when you put up people who are clearly not white and telling everyone they're white. It doesn't work, mate. And what the fuck is he going on about? I don't know, but he's not making much sense to me anyway. Yeah, I agree, Conchega. And how you going, Sherry? Election Wizard said, breaking Trump says interest rates should be at 1% or lower next year. Let's see, hey? Mario Northall said Trump responds to new Epstein photo release. No big deal. Trump dismissed the House Democrats' release of nearly 100,000 photos from Jeffrey Epstein's estate showing him alongside the sex trafficker at social parties, arguing that Epstein photographed hundreds of people in Palm Beach. Well, I haven't seen them, but I mean, everybody knew this man. He was all over Palm Beach. He has photos with everybody. There are hundreds and hundreds of people that have photos with him. That's no big deal. I know nothing about him. Democrats released 19 photos showing Trump, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Steve Bannon, Prince Andrew, and Alan Dershowitz with Epstein. The White House called the release selectively cherry-picked. Yeah, I was going to say with those names, to create a false narrative noting Trump has never been accused of wrongdoing related to Epstein and two had a falling out in the early 2000s. Trump's right that Epstein photographed everyone in elite circles. The real question is what happens when the DOJ releases the actual investigative files on December the 19th, because that's when it's coming. December the 19th. Oh, and this. Dems released some of these photos, right? Republicans are calling it a stunt to make Trump look guilty without proof, but the pics are raising eyebrows anyway, he says. Okay. Besides, with nearly 95,000 more pictures and emails still unreleased, there's a chance this is just a tease or a warning shot. The real question, does any of this prove anything or just remind us that rich guys love other rich guys no matter how creepy they are? Trump condom. I'm huge. Interesting. And Steve Bannon with you. And Trump, this is what they try to say these were underage girls. No, they're actually women. Someone had a photo. Did I not bookmark that photo? But they are, they are going to be photographed together because they tend to be meeting with similar people when you're rich, you know. Awakened Outlaw said, read the replies. Gunther, who cares? EU is forever. Nobody will ever exit the EU. We will ex-Russia and ex-MAGA first. My answer to Elon Musk. Okay, let's have a look.
This is my message to Elon Musk. Please, the EU will be forever. It will be forever. There will be no ex-EU ever. And Austria, my beloved Austria, will stay in the European.
Okay, I can't handle it. Let's go and read the replies. 2030, the EU ends latest. You'll all be bankrupt. You will all bankrupt each other in the name of ego, power, and profit. Since when is Russia our enemy? Sounds like your personal opinion. Russia has not attacked EU members, yet you are aggressive towards Russia. You're a demon and you'll be stopped. That's a promise. Gay Arnold Schwarzenegger says what? You have pedo vibes. What a more warmongering nutcase. Then stand up for the rights of your citizens and protect free speech. Stand against... He's not going to do that. He's all for war and shutting a lot of people up. Run, children, run. Okay, anyway, there you go. That was the replies. Oh. Benny Johnson said, Democrats today, Trump and Hegg set the war criminals for striking narco-terrorists. Biden in 1989, let's go after the drug lords where they live with an international strike force. There must be no safe haven for narco-terrorists. But when Trump does it, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Bico Constantina said 10% of the population is massive. Now, this is just temporary visa holders in Australia, surged to a record 2.9 million, 10% of the population. Not to mention legal and illegal migrants and, you know. Oh, my God. Okay. Cat Canada said, oh, wow, they all look so much better after taking it off. Remember me saying about bald guys yesterday? Years of fighting depression. Oh, hang on. Let me just show you. Okay. Got to roll down to pause it. Before and after, okay? And I can't play the music. He's better afterwards, mate. Oh, whoa, you look heaps better, mate. Whoa, another one. See, some men just... Oh, they all look better after it. Compared to their hair, like, seriously. Wow. Huh. They do. Actually, they do. They really do look better afterward. Oh, don't be so sad, mate. It's cool. You look good. Yeah, I wouldn't worry if you were bald. I think bald is okay, no, man, on men. And we've got another nice little post here. Matt Couch said, 'tis the season. Merry Christmas. Check this out. It's the Christmas train. All aboard. The Christmas train. Diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dun. I love it. Yeah. They beat back. Oh, how good. Is it playing music too? Oh my God, I absolutely love it. Oh my God, I love that. That is so good. Oh. Okay, and Mega Voice said, must watch. Trump is gifted a cowboy hat and he puts it on in the Oval Office. Trump has so much aura. I freaking love this. Let's have a look.
President Michael Ruzioni, on behalf of the team, we have a replica hat that we wore at the opening ceremonies in Lake Placid. We'd like you to have that. And more importantly, I don't think words can explain how proud we are of what you've done for our team. Thank you very much. Let's see what do I do with that straight up. Yes, there you go. Now we can take a picture. Yes, we gotta take a picture. President Michael Ruzioni.
Oh, God, love him. I think that was ICE agents that gifted him that in Texas, is it? Okay, anyway, I might be wrong, but there you go. Yeah, the white hats. Sherry, good on you. Yeah, Pink Star, well done. The white hats. Diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dun. Sorry. Now I've got this. Have you heard that song, Night Train? Diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dun. It's a pretty boppy song. Now it's stuck in my head. Thank you. Okay. American AF, this is one of Epstein photos released today. What the fuck is this? Okay, you ready for it? I don't even want to show it. Oh dear. Who's coming up with these things, man? What degenerate person is literally coming up with these things? I would like to know. Anyway, let's quickly go past that one. I don't even want to know. ACW3, Hot Sports Opinion. Oh, no, that was yesterday's. Okay, let's see if we got other news that wasn't that from yesterday. Because I don't want to see her again. Hang on, let's just start going like this. Because I'm sick of it. Okay. Tommy Robinson said so. Not only is Christmas cancelled in Paris, now New Year's Eve, both for safety reasons. France is no longer in control of its public spaces or because of Islam. Yet it's you and me who are the problem. We have Islamophobia. Insane. The cancellation of New Year's Eve is confirmation that Paris is no longer in control of its own public spaces. Okay, Trump War Room. Trump posted this. For years, Democrats ignored violent and vicious crimes of all shapes, sizes, colours and types. Violent criminals who should have been locked up were allowed to attack again. Democrats were also far too happy to let in the worst from the worst countries so they could rip off American taxpayers. Democrats only think there's one crime, not voting for them. Instead of protecting Americans and their tax dollars, Democrats chose instead to prosecute anyone they can find that wanted safe and secure elections. Democrats have been relentless in their targeting of Tina Peters, a patriot who simply wanted to make sure that our elections were fair and honest. Tina is sitting in a Colorado prison for the crime of demanding honest elections. Today, I'm granting Tina a full pardon for her attempts to expose voter fraud in the rigged 2020 presidential election. There you go. Okay, Mario Norfolk said breaking Trump to sign executive order reclassifying marijuana to Schedule 3. A major shift in federal drug policy is coming. Trump is expected to sign an executive order directing federal agencies to reclassify marijuana from Schedule 1 alongside heroin and LSD to Schedule 3 alongside Tylenol with codeine and certain steroids. The move would not legalise or decriminalise marijuana, but it would ease barriers to research and boost the bottom lines of legal cannabis businesses operating in the 24 states that have approved recreational use. Trump met Wednesday with marijuana industry executives, HHS Secretary RFK Jr. and CMS Chief Dr. Mehmet Oz to discuss the plan. He also called House Speaker Mike Johnson, who pushed back with studies and data opposing reclassification. Trump's response? He handed the phone to executives in the room who rebutted Johnson's arguments point by point. Trump in August, we're looking at it. Some people like it, some people hate it. The Biden admin recommended reclassification in 2023, but the DEA slow-walked the process until it died. Trump's getting it done. My grandson just walked past my window. Yo! Defiant Els said plane full of Afghan migrants lands in England. No women, no children, just military-age men. Jeez. I'm disgusted, seriously. For the English people themselves, I'm disgusted on behalf of the English and the Irish and the Australians and the Americans and all of us. I'm disgusted on behalf of all of us that they're allowing this garbage. That one can go. Okay, One American News said recently pardoned former Honduran president says that the Biden administration's DOJ was weaponized against him because he cooperated with President Trump's immigration agenda. Gates said, you believe that Biden was targeting you because you took points on migration that would not have allowed for open borders? You think it was a consequence of your border policies? President Hernandez says for sure, it was like that. There you go. Interesting, isn't it? Basil the Great said news. Tony Blair sacks Shabana Mahmood to succeed Starmer. What? Bax? As Prime Minister? No. She would be the first UK Muslim PM. We're all against this, right? Holy shit, don't let it. No. Oh, my God. And Tony Blair, I don't know, there's questions about him and the TV show Black Mirror. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that episode. Leading reports said breaking Black Lives Matter executive director charged with wire fraud and money laundering per FBI Director Kash Patel. Okay, let's get, because I'm sure there's news. Yep, there is news amongst this. Yep, I read that yesterday. Ilhan Omar's lots of corruption there. I think that's it. Massive oil tankers, I've been over that. Yep, I've been over the CIA one. Right, I'm finally caught up, guys. So there you go. Let's go to the comments. How far back can I go? All the way? Nearly? Yeah, we're nearly at the beginning. Shannon said sway to the music at the beginning. Okay, everyone's saying hello. Yes, looking forward to watching on Rumble tonight. Can't wait. Should be good. I've been deliberately not watching that because I've been watching the X-Files, and I deliberately didn't watch that episode so that we could all watch it. Alex said, I used to love rollerblading. I need to get some more watching this. Loads of fun. Yeah, I used to love roller skating because rollerblading wasn't around when I was young. Bit old for that. Deb said, I seem to watch movies in the morning. Too busy and tired at night. Yep. Yeah, Deb misses skating too. Dealey said, I've been able to roller skate since age 4. Love it. Yeah. But I can only go forward. I can't go backwards unless I'm rolling down a hill, okay? And then I can go backwards if I'm rolling down a hill out of control. No, I'm kidding. Alex said, lovely video. Nice to see something fun and people enjoying themselves. Yep. Deb said, my ankle can't ice skate. Yeah. I don't know how it goes since I broke my foot over 10 years ago now. But, yeah, my foot's a bit funny, so I don't know how I'd go on roller skates. But I think I'd be all right. I don't know. Yeah, Deb, we need to celebrate even harder. If they don't like Christmas, then we need to celebrate harder. Deb says, body language say it's nuts. Yeah, Alex, goodness will be restored in this world. Deb said the Irish oppression, yep. Deb said, don't get me started, bitch. She's talking to Jasmine Crockett. Shannon said she's more interested in getting her nails and hair did. Yeah. Deb said, I wish I was in that room. She's not being oppressed. Kai said, oh, pressin'. In my opinion, be pressin'. You in a ground with a bat. Okay, I didn't read that properly, but it was hard for me. Alex said it's part of the 10 Commandments. Yeah. The Sabbath is, yes. Deb said, sounds great, a day off. Yeah, so you prepare the day before. Like you prepare your meals the day before for the next day, and you actually don't do any work. That means you don't do any housework either. Just everyone pick up after themselves that day. Just pick up that glass you just used and just put it in the kitchen. We'll worry about that tomorrow. I wonder if we can let the dishwasher do it. I'm a bit averse to leaving a mess around. Even though I've done so myself sometimes because I've been sick. But hey, I am adverse to leaving mess around. Kai said Gen X will have to save everybody from themselves. I think so. Shannon said, wow, socks just came close to the kitten. Finally, we're making progress. Good stuff. Alex said, rest from all electronics at least one day a week would probably do us all a world of good. Yeah, I agree. Shannon said, acid attacks are on the rise. Oh, no. Dealey said, cool, Shannon, about the kitty cats. Yeah, they're getting to know each other, says Deb. Dealey said, agreed, Alex, and fasting. Deb said, I love it when they did Christmas. Carl said, I was in Malmö, Sweden in 2004. They were so beautiful. What a shame. Yeah. Yeah, we can't let it happen. Alex said, oh, that's great news. Socks will be playing mum soon, like my boy does with the kittens. Kai said, if it's a male kitten, playing isn't what will happen. Alex said, yeah, for sure. I have been thinking about doing a regular fast for a while now. I just need to get on and do it, Dealey. Kai said, what is it? Tom's and competition. Deb saying, go Bella. Oh, she was running amok. She was pushing my hand so much that my mouse wouldn't stay still, you know. Every time she pushed my hand, the mouse, because I've got my hand on the mouse, it would move. And she was head bumping me all over the place. Yeah, Deb, I think she's upset she's not on camera. Alex said, get rid of any parasites and get a full reset every time. Worms can't be bad. And hello, Janelle, how you doing? And Dealey. Oh, Dealey, can you send me an email so I can give you Alex's email address and vice versa, please? Thank you. Susan said hey, all joining late, just got home and baby, it's cold outside, 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, it's cold. That's minuses in the Celsius. Ooh, Dealey said, I'm on detox this month, Alex. Good one. Deb said, first thing I saw on YouTube, the UK is declining war. Alex said, what are you implying? Deb said, oh my God. Conchega said, if you're born on this land, then you are Aboriginal. Skin colour has nothing to do with it. I agree, Conchega. I do agree. Yeah, it's never too late, Susan. Dealey said, was that a lady? Yeah. J1 said, hallucination history, I call it. Yeah, I think so. Deb said, her gender is the problem. Yeah, Alex, who can tell these days? I can't even tell. I really can't tell. It looks partly like a lady, but it's also got a very handsome lady appearance. I don't know. Conchega said the Egyptians were here first, followed by the Negritites. The first Australians, as they're claiming, came from India. There you go. Deb said, I was thinking the same. Very stupid woman. Oh, really? Like, I don't know how anyone listens to the left. They're absolute morons. If you really just open your ears and listen properly, they're morons. The ones that spout this crap anyway, you know. Dealey said, J1, it does kind of feel like a hallucination history. Deb said, and not our electricity bill. Mm-hmm. Alex said, sounds like a great idea and I'm going to try it soon, Dealey. Deb said, filth is just next level. Alex said, I think the nutters have been running things for a while now, have I? think so. I've been saying it for 5 or 6 years. The inmates are running the asylum, God help us. Oh, my God. Alex said, England has started turning into a shithole like that now. People have been filmed throwing their garbage in the once clean waterways. So, oh, no. Deb said, the people that made the technology don't even give it to their children, so it should never have been given to ours so young. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the people that run these social media companies don't give it to their children. Don't give them phones. Conchega said, the Premier of South Australia is unlawful as there is no position of Premier mentioned in our Constitution. There have been no Chapter 3 courts since 1973, no separation of power. South Australia is a corporation. There you go. Deb said, so you can have dual citizenship in the government now. I thought that was frowned upon. Yeah, I remember we had people who had dual citizenship with, what was it, Israel? And they had to quit, some of them, or denounce, one of the two. But hey, when you're Middle Eastern, it's all right. It's not half obvious, is it? Conchega said, no. See Section 44 of the Constitution. Bob Hawke was a dual citizen of Israel. Dealey said dual citizenship shouldn't be allowed. Yeah, I reckon one or the other. How is it? Like if I think I'm an Irish citizen still because I'm not an Australian one yet. I should be because I have not left Australia for 40-something years, right? And I love this country. But if I was to go, I'd let my Irish citizenship go and become Australian citizen. I don't need both, do I? Why would I need both? I don't know. Anyway. Deb said, how long before we're not Australia anymore? I think we're part. Yeah, we aren't. Conchega said, Deb, they're not the government. We the people are, they are unlawful parliament. Shannon said, too late, Deb. Yeah, that's what I think. Conchega said, Deb, unless you live on Norfolk Island, then you're not Australian. Wow. Deb said, I think might have to move to country town that have been abandoned. Yeah, I've been thinking that for years, Deb. Find an abandoned country town and go and take some like-minded people with you and take it over. Rebuild. Kai said that tree is ridiculous. Alex said the original Big Mike. J1 said, Deb, just make sure you didn't paint the roofs blue. Dealey said, oh my gosh, yeah, he's a dude. I don't know, but that looks really sus. That's all I'm going to say. Shannon said, Cher is the luckiest man alive. Kai said, damn, Cher was packing. Shannon said, if I could turn back time while straddling a cannon, hello, wake up, people. Yeah, that big thing was sticking out from between her legs like it was a massive peen. Yeah. Kai said, Cher was a tripod. Oh, and Pinkstar. Where'd Pinkstar? I didn't see till later. Conchega said, send a link as a trust account right to the CXCO and direct him as the trustee to increase your payments. Otherwise, he'll be dismissed as the trustee and a new one will be appointed. There's Pinkstar. How you going? Deb said, young children don't need to know about bestiality. No, they don't need to know about any of it. Unless their parents teach them, okay? But none of that. No, they don't need to learn about porn sites. And, oh, my God, what are they doing to our children? Yeah, J1, unbelievable. I agree. Hey, the Mini P, how you doing? The left are sex perverts. I'd say definitely. Alex said that's disgusting and abuse. They know what they're doing. Take all the children out of the school and protect them. Yeah, I've been trying to tell my daughter, but she doesn't listen, so we're going to have to learn the hard way, unfortunately, with my grandchildren. Deb said that's because the pedos are in charge, yes. Conchega said those buildings were not built by us or the convicts. They were built by the Tartarian Empire and claimed not built. Deb said it's all very low energy, all designed to keep energy directed too loose. Dealey said, bingo, Deb. Kai said the next 4 or 5 years are going to be crazy. Yeah, crazier. Yeah, I agree, Kai. Pinkster said they say founded for a reason. Yeah, yep. Alex said, true, Deb, enough to make any normal folks sick. That's why they protect each other and try and normalise it. Kai said, because they finded it. J1 said, it's called, put it in a frame, they get the opportunity to throw Trump in it. Yep. Shannon said, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Exactly. J1 said, pretty sure he had photos with thousands of peeps on the street. Yeah. Dealey said, at this point, they're all involved, in my opinion. Kai said, these giant dams and weather is the start of the next reset. Those pop those dams, bring the rain, drown the old world, basically. Deb said, so the University Boys Club? J1 said, if they had something on Trump, it would be out like yesterday. It would have been out years ago. Alex said, I've always found that Steve Bannon bloke creepy. I don't even know who he really is. He just gave me the creeps when I watched something years ago when he was on, and I've never seen anything up until now. I actually didn't think he was one of the bad guys at first, but apparently he is. I don't know. But I don't watch him. I don't follow any of that, you know. Kai said, Three Gorges Dam is so big it changed Earth's balance point. Dealey said, I'm with you on Bannon, Alex. Shannon said, America floats, lol. Kai said, I'm above the waterline. Alex said, something just seemed really off and iffy about him, Dealey. Dealey said, trust your intuition. And as always, do your own research. Don't believe anyone, including myself. Okay? Until you've done your own research and use discernment at all times. And I will never claim to be the arbiter of truth, okay? Because I might be wrong. Hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened. I'm kidding. Kai said, there's no such thing as an honest politician. Pinkster said, or buy one. J1 said, all billionaires seem creepy. I promise I won't change when my crypto comes in, lol. Yeah. I know. I won't either. I will. I'll buy land, a house on that land, and build my family houses all round me. Conchega Yowie is asking Kai, so globe or flat plane? J1 said, I've gone to not round, not flat, it's a realm. Deb said, yes, it's called no interest loan. Kai said, I generally like my planes flat, so they fly so hot, wadded up. Alex said, yeah, definitely. It's usually never let me down. Even when I gave things a chance, going against my intuition had been proven I should have listened the first time, D. Lee. Yeah, I've done that too. Deb said, yeah, we all slept outside in summer when I was young. Yep. Air conditioners when I was young were people who were rich. Okay? Took us a very long time to get air conditioning compared to other people, but hey. Conchega said, J1, according to the pilots that have spoken out, the documents that have been released, it's a flat plane and yes, could be considered a realm. One of 178. Oh, is Leslie in here? I can't even see Leslie either. Where is she? I'll see the next comment. You watch. Anyway, hey, Leslie, how you doing? Deb said, they're brutal home here. Dealey said, yes, been there, doubting myself, never again, Alex. So glad we learned. Kai said, I've seen plenty to support it. Pinkster said, wow, now that is hot. Alex said, yes, me too, Dealey. J1 said, like COVID, gunshot wound must be the heat wave. Shannon said, wet towel draped over you with a fan. Pinkster said, the brave and heroic go to war to die and what's left at home is easy control. Not wrong there. Conchega said, First Nations is a furphy. What about all the ABCOR, some 3,300, where is all the money for them going? And not to the people living in the bush, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly. It's not even going to the Aboriginals. They're just being used to siphon money out of Australia to the UN. Shannon said that would explain the flight paths of jets. Deb said, elderly die even with aircon because of high electricity. Kai said, Pinkster knows what's up. Yeah, sure do. And Sherry's here. How you going, Sherry? Kai said, air conditioning grows moulds in the ducts. Maybe you have to change them often. Deb said, a Somali held us up with a knife. Really? Conchega said, worked in Roxby Downs construction in the town late 80s and it was 47 for 10 days straight. There you go. Pinkster said his dollar's slipping out of his mouth and we're supposed to buy it. Deb said, and I live 2 streets from the event. Wow. I am Kai said, glad you're okay, Deb. Shannon said, Roxby Downs, a.k.a. Kimber North. Leslie said, also America's getting zero tax on wages, part of the plan. Yes, it is. It's all coming, guys. It is happening. People won't believe it till they see it in their hands. That's the thing. J1 said, Pinkster will just spit on it and reinsert. Oh, wow. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Alex said, I remember seeing a video of a dog cam that went all the way up and was rushing and all of a sudden stopped like it hit something, Conchega. Am I missing comments here? I mean, I didn't see Pinkster straight away or Leslie till their second comments. I think I'm missing comments and I've got it on live chat. So what is YouTube doing hiding my chat from me? Conchega said, Alex, yes, the firmament. Deb said he went on to stab someone in the shopping centre a couple of days later. He's in jail now. Oh, thank God for that. Kai said the reset won't work this time. Too many people will remember. Too many people will survive. I agree, Kai. Shannon said if they actually had anything on Trump, they would have used it a long time ago. Conchega said there were only 20 houses there when I first went there. Leslie said there are videos of Epstein that will never come out. Too graphic. I've seen one. Oh, no. Deb said a beautiful Aboriginal lady scared him off by saying she had a gun. Well, good on her. Sherry said Trump ran a beauty pageant, didn't he? Of course he would have women around him. Yeah, exactly. Shannon said, yep, one goal umpired, or you gold umpired the first game of footy there. Alex said it can also cause Legionnaires. I think I'd rather be a bit warm, Kai. Shannon said just Olympic Dam. Kai said I'll get to its seemingly unlivable point. It'll get to a seemingly unlivable point, a real street fight. A planetary street fight. Yeah, Deb, fear's what they want. Don't give in to them. Hold no fear. Have no fear, okay? Just keep your eyes open. Have no fear. Kai said it'll start and spread like a wave or a ripple. Conchega said, Shannon, after the massive storm that hit, wiping out the roads, etc., the footy oval out by Camp 2 was flooded. I've a pick of me standing, it's over my knees. I'm 6'4". Wow. Alex said, yeah, just shave it off. The before all look like wrong uns. Yeah, they look better with bald heads. Seriously, men don't look bad with bald heads. You know? Really. Dealey said the guys wearing rugs need to see that bald video. They do. Because it's okay. In fact, they were more attractive than they were when they had hair. Dealey said the guys were... I already read that. Shannon said, yes, Free Lake appeared as soon as people started water skiing on it. The blacks said, nope, this is a sacred site. Oh, no. Yeah, the white hats, the big white cowboy hat. Shannon said, notice Cash Patel ain't wearing a white hat. I didn't see it. I didn't see Cash. There you go. Kai said, corny, I like it. Dealey said, oh dear, nope. Yeah, I got what you said, Shannon. Deb said, the American government are one of the biggest drug producers. Alex said, these monsters really are degenerate. Conchega said, we did all the hard rendering, plastering of the buildings, toilets, showers and squash courts. Sherry said, degenerate, reflect, have. Yep. Deb said, them two are still at it. Shannon said, my dad used to play in those squash courts. Deb said, yeah, Islam is peaceful. What the fork? Yeah, exactly. Hey, Wall Stew, how you doing? What's up is not down. Kai said, prohibition does not work. No, it doesn't. Shannon said, used to visit Colin Boothie. I don't know who that is. Deb said, all you need to do is go to the right universities and sell your country out. Just look at Albo. Exactly. Kat said, ice cream prank is priceless. It is, isn't it? That was so good. Kat, good to see ya. No, okay, it just jumped on me. How you going, George Flyby Stew? Good to see you guys. I'm just going back because it jumped on me. And who was that? Blood or Water, how you going? Okay, where was I up to? I don't know, but I'm going to start from here. A car game on, Shannon said. Dealey said, yes, have. We'll send my email afterwards. Thank you. No problem at all, guys. I'll get you in touch with each other. Alex said, what, just now? I hope everyone's okay, Deb. What happened, Deb? Deb. Yeah, Gen X is the original hold my beer generation, mate. Okay. I just feel I'm going to be here all day if I keep reading the comments. I want to say hello to everyone. That's the main thing. Uneducated people, I think, have, yep. Flyby Stew is here. Yeah, I've been in Australia longer than anywhere else, so my life is mostly Australian, okay? So I only spent 7.5 years in Ireland before I came to Australia, so I consider myself Australian, even though I wasn't born here. Oops, shoot. Yeah, we don't live in the same country you were born in. Yeah, Deb, I've got to get nationalised. I really do. Alex said that'd be great. Find your own desert island. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Blood or water. Ree. Salty army. Ree. Oh, God love yous. Shannon said mud floods. Yeah, Alex, hopefully she realises soon. I really do hope so. Because trying to convince that, yeah, it's not easy. Flyby Stu said, stay off the internet and see how normal your life will be. True. Yeah, I know. It's not a bad... That's why I think we shouldn't have computers on our phones anymore. It should be a call and text thing only, and then when you get home, you're on your computer and that's it. When you leave it, you leave the computer. Deb said, very good, Shannon, got the sin bin twice. D-Lee said, yeah, Flyby, putting the phones down more often is better. I do it all the time now, honestly, because I got too much to do. There's 9 people in this house. Someone's always needing something. Shannon said, I was just quoting Lady Gaga lyrics. Oh. Okay. Kai said, the tube will hold comments for review sometimes. Alex said, I'll just delete them all together. It's really getting annoying, Kai. Flyby said, I've noticed I don't have a lot to do with most friends. They seem to be very toxic people. I learnt that too, Flyby. I tend to stick to myself these days. I like it better that way. Alex said, YouTube keeps holding comments for review, and even when I click show for some reason, you still can't see them. Oh, is that what's happening? YouTube, can you please stop it? It's a stupid algorithm. Its computer doesn't know what it's doing. Do you know what an algorithm did? An AI. Reebok has an AI responding to emails, and I don't know whether they're sending products out with AI. I don't know how that works, but what happened was I ordered a pair of, they were only $60-something, cheap Reebok shoes, right? And when autofill filled out the form, it went to my old address, right? So I tried contacting them and telling them. And then one lady said, look, we'll send you out another pair and, hopefully the other pair get, returned. Well, it did. The other pair got returned back to Reebok and I got a new pair sent out. Well, some AI email asked me for the correct address because the shoes had been returned to them. And I said, thank you, but I contacted Reebok and told them that I had already, and told them, I've already been sent out a replacement pair. And I got an email again. Please give us your address, your correct address. So I did. You know what they did? They sent the other pair out too. I just got 2 pairs of Reebok. For why? Is that what AI does? It's going to send them broke. I'm telling you now. I was happy because they got sent back to Reebok until I got that email saying, can you please give us your correct address? I said, it's cool. It's already been sorted out. The AI sent me another email. Please give us your correct address. So I did, and they sent me another pair. Work that out. Seriously, it's going to send everyone broke, AI. Okay. Okay, I want to go over and watch the X-Files. I can't see the hidden comments yet. Mods can. It's my channel. How's that, Alex? Yeah. Leslie's still here. Good to see you, Leslie. Yeah, I can see you now. It's YouTube keeping comments hidden even though I'm clicking show. That's crazy. AI is not smart, man. I'm telling you. Okay, we'll try and... Pinkster said we made Christmas cookies last night. The son-in-law made a flat earth cookie. Yeah, where is Dr. Timmy? What I'll do is I'll give it about 15 minutes and I'll meet you over on Rumble because I want to go and make a cup of tea, maybe something to eat and then come back. So, yeah, we're going to leave it there for today, guys. Hopefully you can join us over on Rumble to watch the X-Files with me. Okay, guys, have a good morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Toast, Shannon.